Hey, what's up? This is Preston with Salt Lake City Guitar, and in this lesson, I'm going to give you the absolute best first guitar lesson for beginner guitar players ever. This is exactly what I do when someone comes to my guitar school and they have never touched a guitar before, and I get them up playing quickly. So we're not going to be going over the parts of the guitar or all this other boring stuff. I know you got your guitar in your hand, or I hope so, and you want to play. So grab your guitar. If it's not tuned up, I have another video on getting it tuned up, and we are going to jump right into this. And by the end of this video, you're going to know a ton of stuff about guitar and just be calibrated for progress, and you're going to be light years ahead of other beginners. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so one of the first things I'm going to do is teach you how to read some basic guitar music, and it's called tablature or tabs, and it goes like this. We have 6 lines here. These lines represent your guitar strings, and I'm going to number these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so bigger number, bigger string. That's what I want you to think of. So the very first line is actually the first string, but it's not here, it's here. So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I want you to do that. I'm going to call them out, and we're both going to play. Here it goes. First string. Play the second string. Third. Fourth. Fifth. And first. I got you, didn't I? All right. 6. All right, cool. So those are the numbers of the string. And remember, bigger number, bigger string. Big, small. Got it? So I'm going to scroll down here just a little bit. Now the way it works is if I put a 0 on this bottom line, which is the bottom string, but not the bottom as far as here. If you think, sometimes people get mixed up on that. If it sounds, when you write any kind of music notation, the lower it is on the page, the lower it sounds. All right, so let me just number these back up here so we're not getting confused. Bigger number, bigger string, play me the big string. That's it. All right, now we're gonna learn a little riff. Here it goes. A riff is a little famous piece of music, and let's see if you can figure this out. Okay, got that. I want you now to play this and memorize it. It's very simple. It goes like this. String number 6, 6, and then it goes 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. If you know that song, if not, you should. So, yeah. Anyways, I want you to practice this 10 times. I don't want you to watch the screen. I want you to commit it to memory. And if you need to, just go ahead and say the strings out loud. So say 6, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right. Now, as you're doing this, I'm well aware that you may be holding the guitar all weird, so let's talk about that. There's 2 ways to hold the guitar. You can hold it like this. So my picking hand holds the guitar pick. You can do it like this, or on the opposite leg like this. Makes sense? I definitely, to all my students, recommend this one. Right now, I don't really care because we're barely getting started, so whatever you want to do, later we can talk about all the little details of why I'd recommend this one over the other, but that's what you're going to do, all right? The guitar is up against your body. Angle of this is going up so you don't have a bunch of tension on your wrist. And this hand, your picking hand, is resting against the strings, the bridge. If you're on an acoustic guitar, let me grab one really quick. If you're on an acoustic guitar, every beginner who plays an acoustic guitar always asks me the same question. They always ask, do you need to play above the sound hole? And the answer is definitely no. I mean, It makes sounds everywhere, but if you put your this little bone right against here, this is gonna hold the guitar against your body, and you can feel it where you're at. So as I build your skills, I realize we're just barely getting started, but I'm setting you up for total success as we go. This is just day one, but when you see maybe videos of my other students playing and they're just rocking after just a couple weeks or months, there's little teeny tiny things that I do, and I'm giving them to you right now, all right? So you're gonna have your hand right there so you can feel where you're at. So you're gonna go like this. All right, so you did that 10 times and you're getting it. Let's move on. So next, if I put a number up here, let's say I put a number right there. We were playing zeros before. A zero just means open, right? You play the string, open. You play the string and don't touch anything, right? So if there's a number, what's gonna happen is you're then going to put your finger on the fret. Now these frets are these little pieces of metal. You don't play on them. We're gonna play ideally right behind, but for now, let's just play right in the middle. So this would be fret number 1, fret number 2, 3, all the way up, and you'll probably see we've got little dots, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. That just helps you know where you're at. So first string, which is this one, first fret, and now you just play it one time. Easy enough. If there were two numbers, like this, 1, 1, you play it twice. If there's another number, let's say a 3, 1, 2, 3, play that one. That's easy, right? All right, so now you can learn another guitar riff, and it goes like this. 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 6. So go ahead and try to figure that out. And right now, I don't care what fingers you use, just do whatever. I'll give you the next step here in a second. So when I give you these videos, I'm trying to do it just like I would in real life. I wouldn't just talk, and then expect you to practice. I want to give you just a little bit of information and have you practice a bit and get familiar with it, so then when I give you the next step, we can do that no problem. If you watch this whole video all the way through and are not playing along, you're not gonna get the best results, okay? All right, so you've done that a couple times. Now, here we go. I'm gonna use my third finger. Fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just play it twice. Turn my amp up. Next one. Next one. And then back to the 6. All by yourself. Remember, your hand is braced right there. I'm locking in on that little bone, not here. It's the very end of my pinky. It's called the pisiform. Boom. All right. Okay, so go a little bit faster. You recognize that? That's Batman. So now you can play some Batman. But even more important, I just did a couple things for your guitar playing. One, you're getting rock solid guitar technique, locking this in here and getting your wrist to move. Over here, you are using the correct fingers, and I didn't mention this, so I'll do it now. Do you see my hand, how I'm not jutting it out like this and putting all sorts of tension in here? Just drop your hand down, do it like that. We'll talk more about tension and technique as we go. Again, I'm just getting you pointing in the right direction. All right, and we're syncing them up. So this hand's doing all that stuff that it needs to do. This hand's doing what it needs to do and syncing them up. And we're just calibrating your guitar playing so that when we start learning harder things, the foundation's been set. And this is Batman, so now you can brag to all your friends that you can play Batman. All right, so I just pretty much said this, but I want to recap what you've learned. So you just learned how to read guitar music, or one type of guitar music, I should say, called tab or tablature. Tablature. It's basically just a number-based system. It's really good for getting you to just understand what to do and start playing, but it doesn't teach you much about music. When I teach you, I'm going to be doing that in other ways, all right? So you can now read some guitar music. You know the numbers of the strings. You know your finger numbers. You can now play Batman and the intro to Nothing Else Matters. And that's a great one because you're doing a little string skip right there. And your job is to be able to play both of these from memory nice and smooth, right? That's all I'm after. No speed, no doing this, right? No going like... We want it nice and smooth, so there's no break when you change your fingers. And if you want to challenge yourself just a little bit more, you can do some alternate picking actually. You're going to pick down and then up. Down, up, down, up. If that's too tricky for you, forget it. We'll do it later. But when I have someone right in front of me, they can easily do this, but you're not in front of me, so I can't make the little adjustments that I need to. All right? Okay, I'm trying to think if I forgot anything for you. Technique check. You're locked in here. Hand over here. Like this. Ooh, that's a big one I forgot. Sorry about that. So if you need to watch this video again, it's okay, but yeah. Thumb should not be like this. Should not be hanging over top. Should not be sideways. Sometimes people try to play guitar like this. Thumb needs to be here in the middle, right? And you'll be just fine, and your fingers will stretch just fine, okay? All right, so there you have it. There's your very first training. If you need to watch this video again, great. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'd be happy to respond to your questions, comments, and if you have a certain video or something you want clarification on, I'll make another video just for you. Cool.